in the first pick and maybe an Akai for a second pick. I think that might be the case here.
Oh, Kimi, because they saw how much damage Kimi can do towards that turret just now. So this will deny early game pushing capability towards Resurgence. Not the same as the first match just now.
Alright, so now BRE now going with the Kufra as well, the Harith. So I think that this makes a lot of sense for BREN, mainly because that Kufra and Harith were already available. I thought that there could be at least one Kufra ban, but it's going to be focused towards negating the early game advantages that RSG brought against BREN. So as we see that the Kufra and the Harith is already locked in for the side of BREN Esports, what do you think, what can you speculate in terms of BREN's composition?
Okay, BREN composition as of right now, how it can easily be countered by Kufa, but they secured both. So as of then, they need to find a way how to stop that Harit from just freely dashing out damage in the game later on. And I think maybe Franco is a good pick for Resurgence if they want to lock down Harit later on.
Yeah, but the problem here is that now with carry out of the game, they might have to actually settle with oh, I was just about to say a Claude for the side of RSG, but it was taken away from Coco, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup here. Very interesting indeed.
Okay, so Resurgence going to take Granger because that's the only marksman available that, well, in a good tier as of right now, because Carry is out, Kimi is out, Cloud is already been taken by BREN Esports. If they still want to secure that late game, they need to take Granger in.
This is interesting. RSG just banned out Franco.
I thought they needed that Franco to stop Harit later on.
I think what they...
But then again, Franco can also do the same towards Esmeralda. So.
And that's the thing. So I feel that that's going to be very interesting because maybe they might be counting on Aeon and Mr. Vi from actually working together towards stopping maybe the Kufra as well as the Claude here. But the problem is, without the Chow, they don't have a backline access. And with Hayes picking up the Akai, this is going to be a tougher game for RSG. Very much tough game for RSG.
They need to find somebody else to do a CC here. Minotaur being hovered, a good AoE CC hero, but we need a single target lockdown here because they're only dependent on Selena as of this moment.
I think the lockdowns are pretty much single target lockdown, as unreliable as a Selena may be, but if they time it during a team fight well, maybe they'll be able to do it. Ooh, a Lancelot. Leomont. Oh my goodness. Leomont, Lancelot, they sound the same.
Okay, almost the same.
Yeah. So, Leomont and Minotaur has been picked out here for the side of RSG. They don't have the same amount of DPS compared to BREN Esports. They are going to go for the Threesla here, but this is going to be interesting here. So we can see that a lot of the damage is going to be reliant on Kufra for the physical damage, as well as the Cloud that's going to be really, really insane towards the later stages of the game. Harith as well is going to give a very good amount of magic damage here. Aeon as well as Mr. Vi are going to be like... Mr. Vi is going to be the main engagement.
Yes.
Whereas Aeon is going to be a long-range engagement. Sana, I think, is going to follow in with Mr. Vi as well. Alongside with Loon, Obi, I think the damage is pretty good, but the problem is if RSG and BREN fight for a long period of time, it's GG for RSG.
Yes, because as of right now, it seems the lineup is like abandoning the late game power spike here. They only focus on very early game, but BREN Esports is quite balanced in terms of, you know, early game. They still have Harit for the power spike, and they have Kufa to help with the pick off. And towards mid game, it's still balanced because Cloud get power spike early on with the Blazing Duet.
Yes, Blazing Duet, I think to me, it's just a gigantic power spike, and if you time it really well, you can do tons of DPS damage. However, you can't be in the middle, you can't be the center of attention when you, as a Cloud, are throwing the ultimate, because all that's needed is maybe a Minoan Fury, or maybe even an Abyssal arrow, and then it's GG. You immediately lose out on so much DPS in that brief, short period of time. So this is going to be very interesting to see how these teams are going to be playing it out. Mr. V already looking towards getting some interactions here with EJ.
And Resurgence need to figure out a way how are they going to finish off Harriet and Cloud as soon as possible. Probably need to set up Abyssal Arrow from far away with Albi targeting, sniping the Abyssal Arrow. If that hit properly towards Harriet or Cloud, just dive in and finish them off quickly.
Now we're going to be seeing over to the top side here the Akai, Haze, and Coco. Now I do like the fact that Coco will be able to get quite a bit of gold here. We did talk about Woodmass being a very good option. I do think that it could go over to the Akai because Akai over to Haze, because Haze is actually a pretty good roamer with the Akai here. I do feel that with the sustainability, with the amount of farm that is being funneled towards Coco, it will definitely help Coco out in terms of the power spike and get that late game and mid game stage.
Yes, to bring it forward earlier on. But Resurgent Selena is always known as somebody that always on the go, always hunting for target. So they need to be careful of that.
But I do believe that Resurgence wants to put a lot of the attention towards the mid side here, because to me, mid is the most valuable lane, because if you conquer mid, you have access towards top and bottom. It's the middle point of the entire map. So I do believe that there has to be a little bit more. As you can see over in the bottom side, Rebo already is starting with that proxy to set up that turtle. However, other teammates are not available. Oh, we might actually see something happen to Rebo here. Rebo in a bad spot. Vi now goes for the spin to win.
Sana didn't have his ulti yet. Couldn't commit for a team fight. Only depending on Obi if he can hit that Abyssal Arrow. Because if at least Sana has ulti, Falling Stone can at least lock down for a bit.
Oh, EJ I think might have actually overcommitted here. Goes into ball mode. Goes into bouncing ball and tries to go for it. Sana now trying to be sneaky and trying to steal that turtle away from members of BREN. But BREN now, I think they're giving adequate amount of pressure, but look at Mr. Vi now. Mr. Vi is coming in. The amount of damage is pretty good. First blood going over towards the Leomon. Yuji as well as EJ right now, they're trying to bail out on this fight. They're trying to just turtle out, but it seems that the turtle now is going to be the main source of attention here coming in from the side of RSG. Here comes EJ. EJ now trying his best. Goes bouncing ball. Coco is nearby, trying to do as much damage as he can. They've got to be careful. Would like to see a little bit more attention being given to the Coco here before it gets stolen. There goes one kill. Turtle has been saved from the side of Resurgence. No steals coming in from BREN. However, one member of the side of Resurgence had to be sacrificed for that turtle. So I think it was a fairly even trade for both these teams.
But I didn't see Coco activate his Blazing Duet just now. I don't know, maybe just activate that, give that little bit more damage. I know the Marksman doesn't have that good damage early game on, but Blazing Duet still have that burst damage a bit, even if it's still level 1, even though the item is still not yet completed.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think a Blazing Duet would have actually been very good if it was thrown out from the side of Coco. I think it would have been good in terms of helping out Zone. But I think maybe the concern is that what if Minotaur actually commits towards a Minoan Fury or something like that, and then it would be bad for them. So timing is also an issue for members of RSG.
They didn't want Coco to commit to a suicide just now. So okay, that's a pretty safe choice by them. But we can see the top lane, Harriet and Cloud is giving pressure towards Loon right now.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a little bit of action here over to the top side. Look at the amount of damage that Coco is trying to build up onto Loon. But it's got to be careful though. Haze right now trying to go for that zoning onto Vi. Vi immediately tosses out the Guardian's Barrier here, blocks the advance, and Vi. Whoa, EJ, what was that?
Misses out the target, but that's okay.
Oh, that was a nice long stun, but no, my goodness, no one is going to actually go for it. No damage no damage to follow up onto EJ. So I don't think that was a very good oh boy, Look! Gets taken down. 2 kills for Coco, and this is where BREN Esports is going to come back into this game. They just need to funnel it out for the side of Coco here, and as soon as Coco gets strong, all Haze, Rebo, UG, and EJ need to do is to make sure that no one gets to Coco. But look at that, EJ and UG as well as Haze have been knocked out here. BRE in a little bit of trouble. There goes, oh my goodness, the Harith, UG being able to get that kill, and it seems that Resurgence bit off a little bit more than they can chew in that fight.
Nice zoning out by Rebo just now. Penalty zone was opened up by Terisla, so that forces them to split into two formations for the Resurgent team just now, which Minotaur easily being taken down when he's alone in the back line just now. And a bit of contest for Turtle, but both team decided not to go for it. It's a bit dangerous. Both teams can take it, so might as well let it go for a while.
Alright, now Sana here may actually consider being a little bit more cautious here. Doesn't want to stay too overextended because members of BREN Esports are pretty much closing in on her, and that's going to be an issue if they manage to flank her out and catch her in a point, because they do have the Akai. Oh boy, Sana, I said it.
You just said it.
I just said it, and there it goes. And it seems that Resurgence right now is being caught in a rotational race.
Yes,
that BREN is winning.
They get the turtle, but Resurgence is trying to tread that losses by getting that top turret just now. But it is really worth it. I mean, as of right now, 6-minute mark, BREN Esports already got 4 kills. Resurgence only 1 kill. And in terms of gold, BREN Esports already got ahead by 3,000 goals. And we can see Loon, even though they're facing off Cloud used by Coco in the top lane, but not losing to a marksman here.
Oh my god, look at the stun there coming in onto EJ. A wild charge here would be good. There it goes. Mr. Vi now going in. There goes the Minoan Fury. And there it goes. The turnaround there coming in. Selena being able to get that kill. There goes another Abyssal Arrow, but sadly it will be the Hurricane that's taken down. Yuji out of position here. Has to go jump over the wall. Nicely done from Yuji. 1-for-1 exchange. And no, it's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange here in favor of Resurgence.
That Abyssal Arrow at the last minute hit Harit where he didn't expect it to be, and that became an easy pick-up by Selena just now. Rebo, you're alone. Cloud is there, but a bit far. But then again, it's Selena against Terisla. Terisla can just sustain a fighter, but have the tankiness as a tank.
Alright, now 50 seconds before the Lord comes out. So we do see BRE right now trying to get a little bit of bottom lane turret pressure as well as mid lane turret pressure. I think this is going to be good. I do like the fact that they're going to catch on to Lun. Goodbye, Lun. Nice knowing you, bro. The Hurricane Dance is going to take him down. Killing spree going over to Coco. They need to shut down Coco and Yuji immediately if Resurgence was to win.
And I love how Hayes used his ulti just now. Phantom State was being called by Lun, but Hurricane Dance pushed him away from the line. He couldn't get into his sources, but in mid lane right now, oh my god!
Mid lane now coming out, and there goes the fight. There goes the Minoan Fury. Excuse me. There goes Minotaur for the first kill. EJ, excuse me, now members of BRE running away. Rebo is in trouble here, has to flicker out, but Sana does not commit into this fight, sees other members of BREN Esports now push into them. This is not going to be good here. It seems that slowly but surely, BREN Esports is clawing back into this, and Resurgence now feels a little bit the pressure here.
Mr. V?
Mr. V gonna get taken down. Goodbye, Mr. V. And a turret. That is just worth for the side of BREN Esports. Not only getting a kill, but also getting that turret. No members from the side of BREN Esports have died in that exchange, so I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Coco still a perfect KDA. Rebo with the perfect KDA. Hayes only one death. Yuji as well. Oh, but this is where RSG could actually turn it around. Look at the Blazing Duelist, and he decides to go back on it. The amount of damage that they're getting in.
Bottom lane.
Oh, bottom lane here. Oh my goodness gracious me. There it goes. Minoan Fury, and it seems that slowly but surely RSG now turning it around. Obby, what are you doing? Where's the rest of your team? There it goes. 2-for-2 exchange here for the side of Resurgence. Hayes goes for the Hurricane Dance, but it's not going to be good here. He has to give as much space as he can to make sure that enemy team, the members of BRE can't escape clean. But it's got to be careful though. Hayes gets shut down in this exchange, and we do see RSG now slowly picking up the pieces and winning. 2-for-3 exchange in favor of Resurgence.
But just even though they lost the team fight for BREN Esports, but they do get under the threat in the top lane. Coco blazing through it, dishing out that much damage, forcing them to back away. Wow, Coco is starting to get the power spike as we are starting to get into the mid-game phase of the right now. And a bit worrying for Resurgence because they do not have late game capability right now. So BREN Esports could actually win this game if they just delay it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, BREN Esports just needs to actually... I don't think they need to delay it, actually, Kara. I think they just need to just continue playing the way they do. Make sure to catch up members of Resurgence, because Coco already is 4-0. That definitely gives him more and more goal and more access to items. His power spike is definitely there already, and he's already doing so much damage with his Blazing Duet. So I feel that coming into this fight here, members of Resurgence and BREN Esports need to, members of RSG need to make it a little bit more cleaner in terms of the fight, but it seems that out of positioning here. Oh my goodness, beautiful Guardian's Wall here. Obby is going to be the main focus of damage. Obby getting taken down there. Nicely done. The Diamond now coming in. They've got silence though, and look at that Coco now being able to do free damage. Oh, the Blazing Duelist in front of 4, and Coco repositioning. Sana getting another one. Nicely done. Coming in. Rebo helps with the engage, and with that balls to the wall, engage, wipe out for the side of Resurgence. BREN Esports will be able to take on this Lord without much contest, and this could be the start of the end for the side of Resurgence, and we might see game number 3 between these two teams.
Okay, BREN Esports has a mid-game composition and also a late-game composition, but as of right now, from the early game, they've been holding the momentum of the game from Resurgence. Resurgence should be able to take the early game, but they've been losing it. And now, since we are starting to get into the late game phase, I don't think Resurgence can make a comeback. But then again, Resurgence just may surprise us.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing here Obby as well as Aeon, Sana and Lun trying to get a really good positioning. I think that they really need to be very wary that they don't overextend, because Coco, we saw Coco how effective it is in terms of Coco. I think Obby should actually consider making a catch here, but they don't know. Oh, there it is. Nicely done there. Wild Charge could actually get him off. Ooh, look at the amount of damage that Haze takes up. But they've got to be careful though, because if Haze decides to go for that Hurricane Dance, Coco is pretty much nearby. I do like the line formation that's happening here for the side of BREN Esports. A very coordinated attempt here as they're going to be playing around the top side. Look at EJ right now. There goes that Abyssal Arrow. Guardian's Wall now comes down, and this could be very interesting. RSG now giving as much focus to the Lord as they can, and they might actually try to catch off members of BRE, but BRE now pretty strong as Coco now positioning himself well towards getting the DPS. Look at the amount of DPS that he can do in the lane and against the heroes.
EJ, are they going to commit? EJ committing alone?
Oh my goodness, EJ committing alone. Not a very good smart though. Oh, Rebo gets stuck at that Guardian Wall there. Oh my goodness gracious me. There's a little bit of how to say,
mistake have been done, but then again, as well right now, Aeon coming in, minion free. Nope, not gonna be activated right here. They don't want to commit to a team fight right now when BREN Esports is holding the advantage, and Coco just tried to taking down that top turret, but just not enough range just now.
Well, I do like the fact that Coco was playing a little bit more a little bit braver, mainly because he already has the immortality.
Yes.
So even if he dies early on in a situation, he will be able to come back to life, and as long as members of BRE are able to support him in that sense, he will be able to pop off.
And also, he had just finished Wind of Nature. That will give him immunity toward physical damage, so again, he can become much more braver.
Exactly, and survivability is something that I feel that a lot of marksmen really need, and this is where the marksman could actually, they got Haze, but I don't think they're going to be doing anything with that, as a lot of these teams are already getting that immortality. We do see now Bibo now is leading the charge. EJ as well as Haze are in a good position. Cloud is over to the top side, whereas Harith is over to the bot side here. I think this is just more of a distraction here, as other members are looking towards getting pressure onto all the other free lanes.
As of now, since they control the whole map, they're just taking up all the resources from Resurgent jungle, not being given any to any of the hero from Resurgent team. So this in time will slow down the farming. Hurricane Dance from Haze. Sana tried to help out, but nothing can be done.
Oh, Mr. V now getting dangerously low. Look at the amount of shield that Coco has, and Coco has been shot down already. The immortality has been taken down. This is where RSG will be able to turn out the fight, but do they have enough damage? No, they don't. EJ right now goes for the spin, and there goes Rebo is going to be the next target to get down. But Yuji as well as Hayes and Rebo now trying their best to get as much distance covered between themselves. Oh, the charge back in by Hayes, and they turn it around. Good damage output there coming in from the side of BREN Esports as they walk away, limp away. 2 for 2 exchange here, and it feels like a stalemate between Resurgence and BREN Esports. A little bit of overcommitment coming in from BREN.
And it's a fair trade between both of these two teams, but then again, BREN Esports is still holding up most of the jungle, and OB put him 1 mark over there just to scout the Lord, because they know after this BREN Esports need to use that Lord. The defense that Resurgence been showing as of right now, BREN Esports couldn't get to that defense at all.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing here BREN Esports now could actually signal for the Lord, and I think this could be the beginning of the end for the side of Resurgence here if they don't act up on it. But we've seen time and time again Resurgence playing very, very, how to say, risky and just go in and try to go for the steal. But
yes, they need to make this steal because they are losing in terms of kill level, map
oh
control.
My God,
they need
look at the amount of damage there Coco is doing, and there dodging the abyssal arrow.
And BREN Esports, they should use this Lord just to bait Resurgence out of their base, hoping Resurgence to make a mistake, pick off, and then can either just end the game or get the Lord to help them end the game.
Now Lord could be a very interesting spot here.
They're just baiting.
They're definitely just baiting, and I do feel that over to the bot side here, they are trying to force RSG into a very tough spot here. And look at Coco there, nicely done, just doing the crazy amount of damage here, but the leash is not completing and it's just not ideal, and it seems that, oh, there might be a fight here. Rebo now leading on to the charge. Could there be a stun there coming in? Those hits of the hammer, and it seems that the flicker will come in on the side of Mr. Vi as they walk away.
And we can see that even though BREN Esports been baiting with Lord, but Resurgence is not taking the bait at all. They know this is just a trap. This is just a trap. But then again, now Coco is committing for the Lord. Resurgence need to do it right now and now. But
oh boy, Resurgence. Okay, now the problem is because Cloud is fighting against the Lord here. There won't be enough damage. Decides to go against it. And now the regen has coming in. Oh boy, Cloud now coming in. Nice, beautiful, beautiful Minoan Fury there coming in from the side of Resurgence, but it's not going to be enough. The amount of damage that's coming in from the side of BREN is way too high as RSG now limps away one by one. Mr. Vi tries to survive this fight here, but it's got to be careful that he doesn't get taken down for the count. Rebo is going to be where the attention is going to be. Yuji is going to go for that, trying to go either to poke down Sana, and a double kill goes over towards Albi.
And it's still a fair trade, 2 for 2, and again we are back to a stalemate right now because no one get the Lord and no one really get more kill than each other, so they couldn't get pushed, they couldn't make a comeback for Resurgence. And as of now, either BREN Esports really commit to a lot and hoping that Resurgence make a mistake, but then again, just now it was nicely done by Resurgence. They didn't make any mistake. Where Sana, even though he's in the middle of the fight, he can sustain and also dishing out damage again and again.
Alright, now Sana here may actually, excuse me, now members of BREN now are going to be pressuring towards the jungle of Resurgence, and this is going to be bad here. 1 tower only in favor of Resurgence, whereas 7 towers and close to 11,000 gold in favor of BREN Esports. Doesn't look good for Resurgence. What does Resurgence need to do to come back from this?
They really need to take a risk to get that lot to help them. But then again, even though they get that lot, they still have a long way to get into BREN Esports home. But this will actually give them more of the map control, more of the roaming capability for them to do pick off as well. Because as of now, BREN Esports is just slowly choking them bit by bit.
Now let's talk a little bit about the strengths that's coming in from the side of Resurgence. I do like the fact that Albi is 5-3 at 4, Mr. Vi is 1-2 and 7, but sadly Aeon is 0-6 and 7, Sana as well as Lun, not very good KDAs here. Whereas we look, as we compare with BREN, 4-3-12 on the Hayes, 4-1-6 on Rebo, Coco 4-1-6 as well as Yuji 7-2-10. I think these are very good KDA numbers here, and it's definitely going to help them in terms of how they're going to be spiking and the amount of power that they have compared to members of Resurgence.
Because for me, Resurgence have the advantage in the early game. But however advantage they have, BREN Esports managed to grab that early game, hold it into the mid game, and then now into the late game. So like Resurgence, if we are comparing about the lineup, we're talking about the lineup, it's very hard for them to make a comeback. But then again, that lot will be the decisive moment of who will win.
All right, so as we're going to be seeing Coco right now in a very interesting spot here. He is on his own, whereas members of BRE might actually get into this fight here. They really do need the damage output because there's only 3 tanks here and a fighter fighting it out over in the bot side here. They really need Harith. They really need the Cloud to actually be the damage supplement in the team. Okay, an ultimate there being used there, and oh my goodness gracious me, this is going to be bad here as Rebo now in a very interesting spot. Wild Charge could be available for the side of Mr. Vi. None of them going to take it out. All 5 members of each teams have their ultimate, so it's all a matter of timing and who gets an advantage here. Nicely done coming in from the side of Obi to get that Abyssal Arrow, but it's not going to be followed up upon. But look at that, Rebo there still healing up with the sustain. Not very good there coming in, and it seems that while this distraction is happening, Lord is being shot down from the side of Claude. We do see the fight there coming up. Claude down, joins the fight, gets into a very good position. Look at that. Obi now is going to be the main source of damage, and he will be taken down. Look at that. Coco now free to just do a ton of amount of damage here. Sana, oh my goodness, but he's going to get mobilized there, being able to flicker away. Lucky enough, he still has that. Unstoppable coming in for the side of Harith. A double kill now going in for her, and Mr. V as well. Sana is going to be the last few members of the team that is still going to be alive. Rebo there, look at the amount of absorption that he gets. Wow.
For death from Resurgence right here, right now, this is the best chance for BREN Esports to finally end the game. Sana is just trying to give his best, trying to stop the end game from becoming real. But then again, Coco is giving focus towards the Lord. Well, they have a big chance to end the game right here, right now. I mean, there's no one else. Wipeout have been done. Just end the game with a minion. Okay,
this is GG?
No more. GG.
I don't know why Cloud was there.
That's why, I mean, it's not needed to take the lot anymore.
I mean, it was a really good wipeout, and as predicted, we are going to go into a game number 3 for this matchup. It seems that RSG and BREN have each other's numbers, and it's all a matter of who has the better draft, who has the better execution. So game number 1 belongs to RSG, game number 2 belongs to BREN, and I feel that game number 3 is going to be a tight one here between these two players.
It's definitely going to be a tight one, because even the second match just now, it was really, really tight. I mean, even though Resurgence was losing badly, but the defense that they gave, how long did they